flavor. I want to be a synthesis summoner. And it's for these reasons, and the DM's just like, no. you want to dump all your ability scores and just have like min-maxed.
Yep.
Like, it's like no. There's a thematic reason for me to be this class.
That's the only reason for that class.
Yeah, I'm sure you definitely developed that thematic reason before you decided to be a sim.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I mean the Eidolon is my favorite class. They get a pet summoner. It's really cool.
I still have an idea for a summoner character. I know we're back in the game, and sorry that we're off topic for the game, but I had a really cool idea for a summoner where my Eidolon acted like it was my parent, and I was a halfling. And I had all the flavor feats lined up for it and how I would play it, but the only problem was the only game I got to play was Pathfinder Society. So, and that's not a build that's good for Pathfinder Society. All right, so you have a lot of lion bodies around you. I mean, a lot of lion bodies.
Well, we better start cutting open stomachs.
Yep, let's see what you get treasure-wise.
Hey, Zeke, now you get your lion pelt.
Oh, I don't actually have any way to craft a lion pelt, so
I'm just kind of standing over the dire lion, which is the only lion that's like technically just unconscious because all the others are barbecued. I'm like, guys, no, please. Like,
What, he didn't get hit by that
actually,
lightning?
then I remember this thing ate all of our horses, and I just like lose it for a sec and just slice its stomach open. And I'm like, no. That was a good horses. Let me check the party fund. What are we at?
Pretty good. And that. And I'm not going to do them separate, so let's see what we roll up. All right. In terms of coins, I'm not going to roll these as individuals. I've rolled it up as one giant horde from this combat. So in terms of coins, there are 399 gold, 128 silver, and 69 nice copper.
Nice. Sorry, can you say it one more time, Steve?
399 gold.
399 gold.
128 silver. 69 copper.
And 1,072 platinum.
Nope, but there are a ton of gems.
Okay.
Ooh,
so there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 10 gold gems.
Okay, so should I just put them as just generic?
Yeah, I would at this point. Like the specifics don't matter too much.
Yeah, I was curious if that ever would matter. I always write it down, but so I'll just put gems, 10 GP, 16.
There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 60 GP gems. Stop it. Stop.
So we don't have to worry about the town paying these lions off in gems to attack us.
And gems weigh what, like 0.1?
It can vary a lot, but sure, we'll say that for right now. And there is one massive topaz worth 600 GP.
All right, guys, we profited after we replace all the horses.
There is a masterwork shortbow. A potion of protection from good.
Whew, I need that.
A potion of stabilize. A scroll of disrupt undead. Hold on one sec. The cat is going insane. You gotta stop. You gotta stop.
What did you say that last scroll is? Scroll of something undead?
I'll have the blanket for you.
Anyone here?
Last time
I
I
have
was
no
potion
idea.
of stabilize.
Potion of stabilize, and he said something undead, but I'll just re-ask him.
I didn't hear that.
Okay.
What was the undead? Scroll of something undead?
Scroll of disrupt undead. Scroll of grease.
Hey, there we go. There's our grease.
A scroll of magic missile at 4th caster level.
Ooh.
A scroll of purify food and drink. A scroll of shield. A scroll of sleep.
So, just clarifying, I thought scrolls don't have a caster level. Am I wrong on that?
Scrolls do indeed. Let me double check
Okay.
to make sure I'm not like losing my mind, but that I
Go
know
ahead.
of. When you write a scroll, you write it with a caster level.
Okay.
The scroll of
I
sleep.
honestly don't remember that.
Yeah.
The scroll of sleep is really just a bedtime story.
That was just the first time you've ever given me a caster level for scroll. That's why I was curious.
Because normally it doesn't matter too much.
So, sorry. So this
I'll
interface
find it
takes...
later. I know it's somewhere. I might actually even be wrong, but
The interface is super leggy, so I'm falling behind. So I got Scroll of Disrupt and Dead, Scroll of Grease, Scroll of Magic Missile, caster level 4.
yep. Scroll of purify food and drink. Scroll of shield.
It's like every time you click it, you have to click it twice.
Yep.
And I don't
It
know
is
why.
really annoying because it doesn't actually enter a. It doesn't save the entry until you've interacted with another object.
Okay. Scroll of Shield.
Scroll of sleep. A wand of cure light wounds.
Ooh.
And it is at full charges, actually.
Which is 50.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, there is a lot of miscellaneous stuff.
Caster level on the wand.
Cast level on the wand is level 1.
And that's why they lost, because they weren't using their.
There
wands and
is
stuff.
a lot of olive oil, a lot of spice wine, a lot of vinegar.
Anything that stands out is easily
Yeah, I'm
offensible.
giving you some things that you might want to pick up if you wanted them.
I got a...
There's a bag of some rare spices.
What would be my estimate of the value on that with a...
I mean,
Praise
it's
chicken.
not nothing. It's like 10 gold.
Spices.
There's some ale, some dice.
Imagine Zeke wants the ale.
No, man, because I found out that the dude was able to easier control me when I drink, right? Or is that...
I thought
No,
it was
that has
harder.
nothing to do with the drinking.
My understanding was it's harder. Because
I
your
thought
mind is
because I was
different.
passed out from the drink.
No, the actual reason that it was easier for him is because you were in the place where you'd been at multiple times. Like when he controls you, the more that he controls you in a specific place, the easier it becomes. The bigger the bonus he gets to control you in that same place again.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I thought after I drank that Order's Wrath, you said it was easier because of that.
It did affect your will save slightly, but he also had bonuses from having caught you multiple times in that location.
Then yes, I'm definitely drinking.
Okay. And also you've noticed he doesn't catch you in the wilds. It's way harder to find you in the wilds than it is when you're in a city or a town. I don't think anything else here looks particularly worth picking up unless somebody wants some tobacco.
Is it good
Or
tobacco?
a rope ladder. It's average tobacco. There's some wheat, sewing needle, some molasses. Ooh, actually, there's a small cask of sausages, and a small and a small wedge of cheese.
That might be expensive.
I'm gonna take 2 of the 60 GP gems
Okay.
and hand them to Pierre and tell him I told you there'd be hazard pay, and I appreciate you.
Pierre
Not running.
looks at the gems you've handed him, which are larger than any gem he's ever been handed his entire life, and he thanks you profusely. I don't know what to do, but thank you. And he like puts them in a bag.
Have you ever navigated magic horses before?
I'm excited to try. I believe they probably respond better than normal horses.
So does anyone oppose to just going to Luke Hill, buying actual horses and resting, so that we're not traveling, basically beating the shit up right now?
No, I don't think we're that far away, right?
Yeah, we're.
No.
I think we still need to summon horses just to get it back to town. But
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to it.
because no, we're not in any particular hurry about anything, right?
Nope.
Okay. So Sphinx will summon up the magic horses that you need, and the 5 of you can head back to town, or the 6 of you can head back to town.
Can I ask Sphinx also to top me off? Pretty beaten up.
Yeah, she can use what she has left.
She hasn't cast a whole lot, so I think she's probably good.
She did a little bit of healing, but yeah, she overall is pretty well.
So I'm missing 46
1,
right now.
2. Oh wait, first she needs to do the communal mount.
Hey, me too.
Which is fine. And then
Still down 21.
I'm missing exactly 46.
Cassius, you haven't gotten hit with one of these, so this is for Cassius.
Oh yeah.
She's watching and said poof horses. Yeah, your party lost all the horses.
That wasn't our fault.
Our first like Twitch interaction is going to be some PETA person who comes in like, well, I heard there was horse slaughter going on in here. I'm like, yeah, we just bought some more horses that are probably going to get slaughtered.
Right, how is Mal doing right now? Because she's got to move on to other healing.
I'm topped off.
So
I can't regain my temporary, right?
Yes. Zeke, this is for you. Much better. Look at that.
Right.
And then I think you can take another one, right?
I mean, I could take a lot more.
Okay. She's getting low on spell points at this point. She's going to use the last 3 to give 2 to Arius or 2 to Cassius and 1 to Arius. All pointlessly because you arrived back in Luke Hill without problem or provocation. So if you guys are going to start a fight in Luke Hill, that might be a problem.
Perfect.
We were talking about killing those guards.
True.
Okay, this is Discord question. Can you change who's focused without like in the group chat? I want to move Steve to the middle because Ryan's cam is giving me
You
it's
absolutely
like,
cannot change who goes where.
Oh my god, your camera's flashing this green shit to me, Ryan. And I don't know if
it's doing it to everybody. He's like,
you're the big camera for me, so it's like, yeah.
No, that's not going to change it.
I don't know if that would.
You look like you're like periodically flashing in and out of the matrix. So.
Right.
Well, if you want,
I'm glad your net's working that year, but that's the thing.
Yeah, you can switch it to the single person mode by double clicking on the thing.
Yeah, but I want to see everyone.
I agree. It is the best mode.
It would be nice if I could put you in the middle, basically. Okay.
No, wrong character. Hey, don't bite at me. Just go run away. Thank you. All right. So you guys arrive back in Luke Hill. Did I make... Oh, no, that's the wrong music. Oops.
Yeah, we come in like a super...
I was like, this is ominous as shit.
Everyone is dead in the town.
No, that is definitely the wrong music. Sorry, guys.
On the right in, Zeke, I would chat you up and I'd be like, I know we basically decided we didn't want to stay here ever again, but I think we're kind of left with no options. Is there anything you think we should do differently? You know this wizard better than I do.
I mean, see if there's another inn we can stay at.
Like, stay somewhere else. Should you and I be separate? Because you think he gets to me through you, right? Like, does Tom know that?
Well,
or...
no, he knows you now, so our proximity shouldn't affect it unless you have some sort of object from him.
I don't. But you don't think you and I need to separate? Because I'm kind of like want to really stay away from everyone.
Not now that he knows who you are.
But does he? He knows I travel with you.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he got the majority of the info he needed when he took control of you.
Can I make like an Arcana roll, Steve?
You certainly can.
Or like spellcraft? I don't know which.
It's Arcana. What are you looking for the answer to here?
What we're trying to figure out is the last time Zeke and I, well, I guess it wasn't in Luke Hill, it was in Kminster, but Luke Hill just as well, he seems to be really active in these two cities. So we're trying to figure out since we have to stay the night here at this point, what kind of best course of action so that Zeke and I don't basically end up mind controlled versus each other or some demented shit that this guy would do.
So the best I think you can do based on what you know about spells from your 15 is this has got to be some form of clairvoyance. Mm-hmm. And if he's using some form of clairvoyance, he's going to probably target the thing he knows best, which is going to be Zeke. If you happen to be in proximity of him when he does it, then he might change what he's doing, but it's going to kind of depend on timing. That's the best assumption I think you can put together with a 15.
Okay. So that kind of goes with what my instincts were saying too. So like I think I'm going to stay at a different hotel than you, Zeke, and I think neither of us should stay at a hotel we've already stayed at. Do you agree? Does that seem like...
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is going to be... I'm assuming you guys come into town. There's probably not a whole lot you're going to do except kind of recover from the day before.
What time of day is it?
It's late afternoon at this point.
Yeah, I would at least work on Zeke's armor for...
What time you can?
Yep,
no problem. Let me, in the meantime...
Take my mind off of all the barbecued lions that are... I can't get the smell out of my nose right now. It's like...
Zeke, how much magical gear do you have on you?
A +1 +1 Bardish, +1 Mighty Composite Longbow, and I'm pretty sure that's it.
Okay.
Oh, and the shirt.
Okay.
Go
ahead.
Sorry, why would you say that, Tom? Do you want my arrows? So I was going to give them to Ryan, and then Ryan's now using a gun. So would you have any interest in a bunch of arrows?
Yeah, I mean,
like,
anything like flying or whatever, I'll absolutely need to use my bow for. So.
Okay. You can add my 50 arrows, because I think Aris and I both sold our bows, so...
Don't call at me.
I'll just remove those from my sheet.
They got hit by, or not ambushed, but they encountered about 13 lions and a werelion that were, like, waiting for them. All right.
So and they're +1 arrows, if that wasn't clear.
Yep, I just added them to my batch.
Okay, cool.
So, Zeke, while you rest, I am still going to, unfortunately, from you, need a will save.
Right.
So I also didn't tell what hotel I went to.
Okay.
I want to just look
Assuming
for
that'll
some...
be your reroll?
Yep.
Much better.
What is it?
Better than a 6. Objectively.
Well, I mean, I don't forget my +3s and +2s and stuff to get added.
Where did Ryan and Aris, where'd you guys stay tonight?
Mm-hmm.
What, are you trying to get us killed? No.
I'm just
was the
curious.
plan for us to be separate, or did it matter? Like,
Me and Tom have to be separate.
Yeah, it doesn't matter for us.
Well, by that, Tom, you mean your +2 and your +1. Because your morale bonus comes when you're raging.
No, I'm always really mad when I'm going to sleep.
Mm.
I believe I told you this before. Yeah.
But he doesn't always get you right as you're going to sleep.
Well, I doubt I can actually rage as I'm sleeping anyway, so I don't...
I know, but if you're going to try to
kind of a
rules lawyer
like-
me, goddammit, I'm going to rules lawyer back. So yeah, you're getting ready for bed this time, and you like start putting your equipment around, and you can hear the familiar, "Siki, are you there? I'm here. Let's go for a walk."
I'm trying to resist.
Yeah, you unfortunately don't manage to resist there, and you start kind of wandering towards the door. You get your hand on the door, and give me another will save. You open up the door and make your way out. There's so many people here, Siki. They're all so much weaker than you are. So deliciously soft. Let's go find one, shall we? You walk your way up to another door, and give me a will save and a strength check. If you fail the will save. Yep, give me a strength check. So you slam hard to the door, and it stops in place. And the door, like, who's there? Who's there? Give me another will save and another strength check. And you manage to, like, crack the door open enough, and there's a guy standing in the room, like, freaked out, as you bust through the door. Give me another will save. And you charge him. Give me an attack roll. Ooh. And you run up. This is gonna be with your fist, because you are not carrying a weapon. He did not grab it. Because he was, I mean, it's been a long time since he's managed to get Zeke. So give me a D3 plus your strength bonus. Again, wrong character.
Let's see, what is my strength bonus here?
You should have turned off your buffs.
Pulverizes them.
Oh man, you still knock this guy solidly unconscious. Oh, that was so much fun, Zeke, wasn't it? Wasn't it so much fun? What do we do with him? Out the window this time? Make it look like he jumped? Yeah. Out the window. Give me another will save. And you like snap out of it at the idea of like throwing yet another person out a window. The guy is unconscious. He's probably not dead. But what do you want to do here?
I'll give him a platinum piece for healing.
Okay.
Not much I can do. I don't have any healing.
Okay.
But platinum, I mean.
You do your best to close the door then behind you, and I'm assuming head back to sleep, or do you want to talk to anybody? Go anywhere?
Nope.
Okay. All right, so you rest. The rest of you will have a fairly uneventful night, unless, Mal, you have anything you want to talk specifically to Ayun about.
Nope, nothing.
Okay.
Nothing came up.
All right. So it will be the next morning. Hazel, why are you being so rude? Why are you being so rude? Just knocking shit off my desk.
So in the morning, I would find Pierre and I'd ask him to come help me pick up horses. I'd go with him.
Yep. Pierre will help you purchase some horses. There is still a good price on horses, so you will still get the 10% discount.
So they're normally 150, so with the 10%, they're 135.
Yep.
So to replace the whole lot, it's 270, 540.
It sounds about right.
I will deduct 5. Can I actually? I know you say like keeping them as gems is, but like with the cart, I don't know. It's like a really huge like space eyesore on the party sheet to have them all as like individual gems. So I think I would like try to liquidate them down if I can.
Yeah, that's fine.
Is there like there's like no like conversion thing really?
If
like,
you
people
give
don't really-
someone a 600 gold piece worth gem, they will give you the change in gold.
Okay, so I'll get. I'll actually not. I'll keep the 600 one. I'm trying to like get rid of all these little miniature
Sure.
ones. So I'll try and subtract as close to 540 as I can.
Sure. All right. How long are you planning to stay in Luke Hill? Are you just
Not
staying
really.
there for the evening, and then once you've got the horses, heading back up?
Well, I mean, I'm telling people what happened and telling them that we probably got to leave. You know.
Yeah. If
So-
as soon as Zeke tells us that, I'm probably like, let's get pieced out. I didn't even want to stay here, but like we basically were so beaten up that like I think we didn't have a choice.
Okay.
Like at this point, we kind of seem to know that Zeke is very exposed in Luke Hill and Kminster, right?
Yes, that is correct.
So yeah, I have nothing more important than just getting out of town then.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. So
Maybe Sphinx can heal this dude that I like knocked out.
yeah, she will. She'll take care of him. With the platinum, he won't report you at all either. He'll see you later that day, and he'll like, if he happens to catch eye of you, he'll walk over and tell you like, "Hey, I don't know what happened, but I assume like you weren't all yourself. I get it. I'm there sometimes too."
Yeah, sorry, man.
So he just kind of assumes you were drunk and came in like angry.
Yeah, I would just explain to him that we just had a very brutal fight, and we're kind of feeling the effects of it still.
It's a lot of numbers.
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep track. Just like
Gotcha.
there's like this is how many we have. That's why I was like, I want to get some.
All right. So for the next for your travel the rest of the way, this is largely going to be uneventful unless something major happens, because that encounter they kind of cleared the way as they were looking for you. So it's going to be kind of the last leg of your trip that there is the potential for something. No, you guys will arrive back at camp on the 23rd. I'm sorry, on the... it was the 21st that you guys had left there. No, it was 22nd you left, so on the 23rd. Oops, wrong thing. You will arrive back in the camp. Because I believe with the fixes you made to the cart, let me make sure I'm measuring this out right real quick.
Because you upgraded the axles and everything,
Yeah,
right?
upgraded the axles, yeah. So it's not failing to move properly. Let's see. Just want to make sure I have my mileage calculations correct real quick. Oops. The average traveling speed of a horse is about 30 miles. So it will still take you 2 days to get back to camp. So you guys will arrive then on the 24th, as opposed to the 23rd. Let me get the camp stuff up here.
See if it ever comes to it, just let me know if we're like close or something. But for the most part, I'm not putting in weights in the party sheet because it's like
Yeah,
picking
that's
up every
fine.
single thing.
The amount of weight is pretty like.
I imagine it's
significantly
negligible compared to the
Yep.
corpse of an iron golem.
Yep. All right, so you guys are back at the camp.
Alright.
Bring it back to my terrible camp that I still need to work on. So what is the plan with your arrival back at camp?
Report the Lukill meeting to Tonelli, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tonelli is glad to see you back. I assume everything went well? Yes? God, that's the wrong person.
I'm gonna consolidate down our gold into higher currency amounts normal.
I assume you're here to report success, correct?
Sorry. I'm in the math. 1 sec.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. I would say, yeah, we have an understanding. It's not the understanding we're expecting, but it could potentially be beneficial. When we were last at Biowold, how do you actually pronounce it? Just so Bolowold?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Bolowold. When we were last, I don't want to be the guy who's just mispronouncing stuff Bolowold.
Steve knows. I do want to be that guy.
Yep.
Oh, you mean you don't want to mispronounce the names of important towns to your superior officer?
When we were last at Biowold, everyone in the town was very hostile towards us as the military. They seemed very reluctant to work with us. They seemed very willing to negotiate, and they don't seem to be much of a fan of even any sort of paying for any type of protection.
That's correct.
They
They believe they've got their own thing kind of covered, and they don't wish to have us interfering, but they still pay their taxes as they understand the arrangement.
Right. So they're also very unwilling to work with us on any of these issues that are emerging.
No, they're not their issues. We respect them for their opinion on that, though we think they're of an ignorant mind.
But the people we met with have essentially offered not only peace but an alliance. But the alliance comes at the cost that Beowulf, our alliance with Beowulf, has to at the end of this current tax period.
Well, didn't they specifically say to stop giving them protection?
Yes, that's what I mean. That's the
So
alliance.
their offer is that we must allow whatever happens to Beowulf to be what happens to Beowulf.
And if we do this, they will help us fight whatever it is that the demonic threat, on the promise that we do not colonize that area.
I will take it before the council. This may actually go before the Stormlord. In fact, he may wish to speak to you about such matters.
I cast Bull's Strength. I get ready for combat. Tom, you want a Bull's Strength too? You want to take down a...
Sure do.
All right, let's go.
All right. It swings, it hits, take an insane amount of damage. Don't come back.
Take 110. You're dead instantly. Okay.
Second attack.
The
It whips its hair at you.
and most promising, it appears that they are willing to immediately resume trade with Mukmak, which would mean we would get instant access to this emerald to get more information on the demonic.
That only makes it more likely that this will succeed. I need to relay this message immediately. Is there anything else of importance that I should be relaying?
Anything, guys?
Yeah, I mean, that will allow us to get the gem when we get the alliance with
Right.
these guys.
There's no other news that I need to be informed of.
Not unless there's anything you want to
The
tell us
lion
about
attack?
Bale.
What about the
And
La
that.
Lion attack?
They were upset that we have their... What's going on with that dude anyway?
We are dealing with that. What are you reporting?
Their
His clan was
weren't
not
too
happy.
Yeah. With his capture, they tried to take us out on the road.
All right. There was nothing said, correct? That's of note?
Yeah, they said they were declaring war on us, right?
That might be important to mention.
Is there anybody left to declare war?
That's not this week. He actually takes his face in his hands.
They said they were declaring war, but Tonelli, I don't know if these speak for everybody. These are the violent ones. These were the ones that seemed to have no will to negotiate.
I need to know exactly what he said.
He said that with this taking, with essentially, they believe this prisoner to be here against his will. That they felt that they are declaring war on the mill.
And if the military doesn't leave, then they declare war, right? That's what they said.
All right, for the week, we'll need to call back our teams. There will be no scouting parties. We will pull back as much as we can. This is the wrong week for this kind of thing to occur. I'm glad you did not screw things up with the shifters. This would have been even worse if we'd have had both of them in a declaration of war. Lars will be very excited about this week, though, and I'm sure the outskirts of our camp will be filled with the bodies of lions aplenty. It's going to do some significant damage to the population. This is not news that I'm happy to hear of, but it was bound to happen. Just, I wish they wouldn't have found you.
Well, I'd rather them found us than any of our other parties that couldn't have held their own.
Well, if you will, please wait outside the tent. I'm going to meet with the council and see what to do about the issue with Bold.
I walk outside the tent.
Tonelli takes his leave as well as you guys step outside of the tent. After a little while, about 10-15 minutes, he will come back.
Hold on, can we talk while he's gone?
Absolutely.
Out of character question. I remember I specifically asked for clarification from the elf what their intentions was with the city. Do we remember what they said? Like, they specifically just didn't want protection on it, or they were going to murder everyone?
They did not give you what they wanted to do. They just wanted the protection to go away.
There's something in that city.
Okay, so yeah, while Tonelli is speaking with whoever, the council or whatever, Arius would voice that he is very much opposed to leaving everyone to die in that village if that's what to become of them.
Agreed. Not because of the people that are in there. I think there's something more going on.
How noble of you, Cassius. I'm more worried of the people. They do not deserve to die for nothing.
I mean, I'm more worried about the many compared to the few, though. Like, with this alliance, that helps all these towns compared to one town. So sacrifice one town, we save so many lives.
What I mean is, they said they just wanted the city. They didn't say they wanted the people. Maybe, can we evacuate the city? Or at least present that option to them before many lives are lost?
I think giving them the city is a concern in and of itself. I think that there's something more going on that we don't know about.
Yeah, I agree, Arius, that not everyone in that town, I mean, we very easily have essentially a misrepresentation, but, you know, like, people are dying to the sentient animal attacks. People will die to this demonic attack if it's not stopped. There's a lot of greater, kind of as Zeke has pointed out, there's a lot of great things going on. If we can minimize casualties in this dispute, then that's ideal. But I don't know if people would just be willing to leave their town like that. Do you think so?
Just out of curiosity, do we know where the the demons are at? Are they in the mountains?
We don't know they're demons, right?
You're
We
not
know
Or
they're
sure.
like-
whatever.
Yeah.
How do we know that they don't already have a deal with them? That they get the
Who
town.
has to deal with who?
That the whatever greater threat has to deal with these shifters
If they already had to deal with them, why would they bargain with us then?
to get the town.
I'm confused. Did you say they might already have a deal for the town?
No, to
Yeah,
get the town.
essentially, you're saying there might be something that the demons want.
Oh,
Yeah.
If they can get
Like-
if the I
There's
see
some.
what you're saying.
I fully believe that there's something
I
in
mean,
that
it's-
town.
It's a good defensive area against the demons, correct? Maybe that's it.
It's possible.
Maybe the demons yet don't want some sort of fortress that close to their territory.
And
I
hold on,
mean-
sorry. You guys keep saying demons, but we don't know it's demons, right?
That
we,
is
we know
some-
it's demonic, but
It's the
I mean-
exact nature of what is there has not been confirmed in one way or another.
Okay.
Yeah. The only thing that was confirmed was that they were demonish and that they had like these special mind control powers, right?
Yes, that they have some sort of mind affecting abilities, and that they are of some similarity to demonic nature.
Okay.
I think that it's best to fully understand what's
simplify it,
going on.
let's call them demons.
Okay.
I think that I don't know if the military is aware of anything anything there, but I don't know. They were very vague.
Well, I mean, this is going up to the Stormlord. Maybe they have scrying info.
And plus,
mean,
we can't really like.
the-
Oh, go ahead.
the thing is, this might be what that scry will help us know what the true nature of our enemy is, and that might give us a better idea of what's going on. Because right now you're just hyper speculating. Anything is possible if you
Yeah.
speculate enough on it.
That's true, but they were extraordinarily vague about what they wanted.
Well, to me, it seems like some bad blood where some people are exiled and they want their home back.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't think
so
I
it
don't
could
I
be-
don't think demons need to be involved for that to be a logical course of action for people that were exiled.
And sorry, we did confirm that that town has a lot of druids, and the druids they did say that they were mad like druids were in a city or something, right? Like we should be
Yes.
out with them, kind of thing. Okay, so yeah.
To our characters understanding, what we have been told is that the shifters were once part of that city. They were told to leave because they didn't agree
Correct.
on the direction. So they basically formed their own culture outside of the town, and they want revenge on the people in the town. There certainly could be things there. There certainly could be demonic stuff. If we want to look into what could be in the town, I don't know how we're going to get in the town in the first place.
I just don't think we should be so willing to give up that without knowing what we're giving up exactly. Because, like, I don't know if maybe the Stormlord or anybody higher up knows anything about the town. I'm just concerned that if we do that, we might do something that we won't be able to fix.
Undo.
Yeah, especially with the demons.
I mean, at that point, we'll be at war with these guys also, the shifters also.
Yeah, but I'm more concerned about the
And
demons.
all the towns in the plains, are at risk.
I think that I agree. I think that I don't know. I think that the proximity is a little too close for
But we have no reason to believe that so far. Out of any of this info we've gained, we have no reason to believe. So that's
Everybody's just
until,
very
until we
suspicious.
have.
well, I'm
until
just saying
we
I
have
would-
a reason to believe.
I just want to look into or try to find out as much as we can about Beowulf. Did I pronounce that right?
Bold.
Beowulf,
Like a snake.
sorry.
I
Oh,
agree
oh,
that
oh.
we can potentially use the interim to try and find more intel, Cassius, but we're not. You're not acting on any actionable intelligence right now. This is just speculation, and we need to actually have information. Otherwise,
Well,
we can't just take every decision we make on pure speculation.
well, that's what I'm suggesting is that we try to find out or try to ask and see if they know anything about that. It's just with everything that's going on in that area and the demons and the scrying issues, it seems like a little more than coincidence.
Maybe when we meet with Mukmak and they give us the big emerald, we can, if it really means a lot, which I agree that like having the most peaceful solution to this is important. We could buy a smaller emerald that might facilitate a more simple scry on the town of Beowulf to see if we can figure out what's there.
Spinks's opinion in this, by the way, is that the shifters just don't want you guys like meddling in what the shifters are doing because they have their own plan.
Right. Yeah, it seemed like they basically just wanted us to piss off. They seem pretty powerful. There's many of them. You know, I don't imagine they would have much trouble.
In Bold or the shifters?
The shifters want to shift.
Yup.
And I'm just gonna shift it off. I'm a lion on my feet.
All right. So
But
after
I'm a
some
mantis
time, after some time, Tenali will return with a fleet of
Stormlords.
no.
Ooh. Why is he even bothering with us?
With a small group of with a small battalion of soldiers with him. Can't think, words not working today. And we'll ask that you follow him. The guards take a position kind of surrounding you. He informs you that you're not under arrest. This is solely how these things kind of work.
Is it?
It is.
Are they taking our weapons or anything?
Nope.
The guards would make sure we don't do anything stupid, not to not the other way around, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, I guess we could probably sense motive just to
Sure.
make sure we're not secretly in trouble.
If you want to, you can.
Sure will.
I run.
I'm paranoid. I don't trust them.
All right. Yeah.
Well, I'm paranoid anyways. That's one of my
Yep,
drawbacks.
Cassie's
So.
just super paranoid. So you guys head on into the tent, and you are not brought to where the council normally meets. The council is standing in front of where the Stormlord is, and many of you have walked by the tent enough times to see the Stormlord in there, but the Stormlord doesn't often move much. And this time, his head is like moving to watch the five of you as you come into the tent. The council also is looking upon you, and the room kind of fills with an uncomfortable silence for a moment. As the Stormlord looks down to Tenali, looks to you, Maldronicus.
You cut out for a sec there, Steve. Can you say the last 10 seconds?
He looks over the five of you carefully as a hushed silence fills the room. An uncomfortable hushed silence fills the room before looking to you, Maldronicus. You are Maldronicus?
Kiss Ironhand, that is my name, yes.
Your team has made deals with the Shifters organization.
When he talks, I obviously out of character. Is he dumb? Like, does he sound dumb or does he sound angry or what's?
He
what's
sounds
He sounds
slow. Like every word takes a lot of energy to move that much air and keep his volume at a tone that doesn't destroy your brain.
Okay, I was just curious why he, like, if I was getting the vibe if he was like unintelligent or if he. Okay, I got you.
That'd be great. The whole military is run just by like a dumb giant.
Do we got like a Hodor situation going on here? Okay. Okay. We have proposed an alliance. Yes, we are yet to have a ruling from the council.
And Beowulf is the only request, yes?
Yes.
What are your team's opinions of Beowulf?
My team can speak for themselves, if they may.
They may, but I'd like to hear yours first.
As Tonelli has probably told you of me, I tend to be soft-hearted.
Yes.
I'm willing to do what is necessary, but I try to avoid it when possible.
Yes.
It is our understanding that this agreement will probably lead to some lives in Bioworld being lost, but it may spare many others. I would still like to minimize the death in Beowulf as much as possible. And I would like to at least give some opportunity to the town for those people to leave and leave this conflict between those that are truly opposed to each other to settle.
And how about you, Arius?
Well, if I may speak freely,
You
much as I can.
should speak freely.
I don't think it bodes well for the military to be disavowing their protection that they give out. It seems like other towns may hear word of us sacrificing villages for whatever gains we do, and our word may not be worth as much as it was previously. I also value us not surrendering a whole village to death after we've been assigned to protect it. So I would agree with Maldronicus, and an attempt should be made to minimize death in the area.
A fair perspective. Zeke?
Well, they're a very secretive people, so unfortunately, I don't have enough info to really know too much about them. But I am fully under the belief that we should sacrifice one town to save many.
Cassius?
I am concerned because I don't know much about Bullwold. Bullwold's citizens, when we went to there to try to negotiate with them, were adamant about us leaving them alone. And when we negotiated with the shifters, they were adamant about not telling us why they wanted the protections dropped or what they wanted with Bullwold. I'm concerned that should we give up Bold, that we might be doing the right thing in the short term, but maybe that in the long term it might cause more of a problem. But I also don't know enough about it to say whether or not that's true. I'm just concerned that without knowing what we're getting ourselves into, that could be more problematic for us.
And Spinksara, what are your opinions? He waits for a moment, knowing her to be the silent type. Maldronicus, can you do anything to get her to speak? I understand that she is probably in awe right now.
I say yes. As I go up, I sort of like am just sort of whispering. The spirit's saying something to you right now.
With the silence, the council kind of leans into each other and starts to whisper to each other. I have heard mention, Maldronicus, that she is one who can speak with those who cannot be spoken to.
She has that gift, yes. She may be speaking to them now.
I will give her her time. In the meantime, I will ask for the members of my council to speak. Each of them expresses their opinion. Each of them seems to be in favor of giving up Boawold. As Zeke has said, in exchange for the greater good of the rest of the towns, but only under the explicit agreement that it does not result in the shifters making a greater ploy for more space. That the shifters are willing to sign an arrangement that gives them, that they take the area that is agreed upon and expand in no other way. Cassius, what are you looking for in that sense motive?
I'm just trying to see, I was just going to try to see if any of them seemed a little off.
No,
Like
they seem as straightforward as normal.
Are they announcing this decision to us?
Yes, each of them announces their decision and their opinions.
I'm trying to hide the fact that I'm very upset that they made no mention of the lives in the city.
Okay. You're doing a pretty good job of it. The Stormlord takes a moment. And you notice that, while each of you talk, and while, the council members talk, the Stormlord is kind of entirely motionless. The only movements he has is when he turns to look at somebody, but then he, almost as if he freezes to stone, as if he turns to stone. Just try. There's no real wrong answer.
I mean, did the ghost say anything to her?
No. At this moment, they are not speaking to her.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, did I hear anything? Can I try to hear something?
There is concerns that I have. Boawold is a town we have made an arrangement with, and I do not appreciate taking back a deal. However, Boawold has made deals with us that it has effectively not kept. I would not see the people of Boawold slain if I could avoid it. But tell me, do any of you disagree that inevitably the shifters will attack Boawold?
Seems likely.
May I propose something?
You must answer my question first. It takes much effort to ask them.
I agree.
I agree.
Agreed.
You may pose your question.
Give us permission to hide our military affiliation, to go in as a unit to try and get as many people out of Bioworld as we can to save those lives. And if it so comes to it, if we are caught, we will have nothing of affiliation, nothing that could be held against us.
Do you believe that the shifters would take civilian casualties?
We don't know. We don't know. They were very vague.
Do you feel like you're the best candidate for these negotiations?
For getting people to leave?
For getting the shifters to tell you their true motive?
We've had dealings with them. They know we've interacted with other members of their organization. They know that we're capable of both acts of aggression, but also acts of peace. They probably evaluate us as a very rational group that they can be very rational with. I would imagine that's, unless that causes them, you think, to take advantage of us, that we are probably better equipped than most people.
If we were to not agree, what do you believe the shifters' next course of action would be?
War on us. Find an alliance more dangerous than us.
One that already seeks to eliminate us?
Exactly. We're the last line of defense of all these towns against whatever these demons want.
I believe you understand where I'm heading.
This alliance is very, very important. I understand why.
What is most important about this alliance is that you ensure a minimization of civilian casualties. I do not want you to go and save individuals. I want you to identify the motives of the shifters and get an agreement that they will not that they will minimize civilian casualties.
I think this we are in exact agreement with, as well as the thoughts of my party.
Our protections... I'm sorry, he would actually not say this. One of the members of the council would say this. Our protections end when payment is not rendered. And our payments can choose to end when we choose not to render them and refuse payment. There are pending crimes of inaction that exist on Bolwold, and they have been taxed for such things. But the crime of failing to facilitate an arrangement of visitation of our military is a final straw action. You may present to Bolwold that their protection is being revoked. But do not try to save the individuals. The Stormlord looks down for a moment to him. Well, he speaks out of turn. His statements are true. You may choose to meet with Bolwold and inform them that their protections have been revoked as of Deshris. And you should also inform the shifters that we agreed to their deal pending whatever questions you ask. But ask the wrong questions, and the results are on your hands.
Can I, I just wanted to do a sense motive. If I understand, I wasn't sure what he specifically was talking about with. Was he talking about someone in our party, or is he potentially talking to himself? Is that why Sphinxor is overloaded right now? That he has other spirits to him?
I don't know what you mean.
Like when he said he speaks out a turn.
No, he says he speaks out of turn to the ogre that was speaking, like in a place where the ogre didn't have the right to speak.
Oh, I used the same voice for both of them. That's why I was confused.
No, one was way faster and much deeper than the other one.
He just kind of took advantage.
I
of
thought
pause and-
legit the Stormlord was like multiple personality, and that there's like some spirits or some shit. And
No.
that
The in between was one of the members of the council speaking out of turn.
Just kind of taking advantage of the pause in the
I
conversation.
gotcha. So the Stormlord is saying. So the ogre was saying that we cannot do anything to interact with like civilians.
Correct.
Just talk to Beowald. The Stormlord is saying that we can talk to Beowald or do whatever.
He's reaffirming with Bo that you can tell Beowald, and that whatever message you give to the shift, whatever agreement you come to with the shifters, within the terms of what they spoke about, is yours. But if you don't ask the right questions or make the right end of the negotiations, it's on you. You've kind of agreed that it is acceptable for you to take the action.
Okay. We have another meeting scheduled with the shifters Moonfall from now. At that point, we'll try and determine their action. Discuss to the best of our abilities.
The Stormlord lowers its head to the five of you. And the four members of the council take a step forward as he does so. And the guards turn to look at you, and Tonelli turns as well. And I believe this is it for now. You understand your position here? Yes?
Yes.
Very good. Let us speak outside. And the guards and Tonelli will escort you out. Once you're outside and a ways out, Tonelli will kind of pull you off to the side.
Just Mal or the party?
All the party.
Tonelli by himself.
Tonelli by himself. I want you guys to understand something. I don't say this very lightly, but I am impressed by the work that you've done, albeit a little bit sloppy. You need to improve on the questions that you ask, but you have intent like I've never seen. And if we had more like you, perhaps we'd see better progress. I want you to try your best to forget about the war that we are about to deal with the Lions. You may see more of them on the roads than you would normally over the next few days. If you wish to wait here till the week ends, that is fine as well. But we expect that you will do your part in defending against the lion attacks that we expect to have. However, I have been given a gift for you, but it comes at an understanding. You're all... How do I put this correctly?
Cool guys.
And girls.
The risk that we are about to assign to you is going to increase. If you wrap up this with the shifters effectively, then you will have your own choice as to what you wish to do, but we will have much larger assignments for you than simply visiting a few towns from time to time. You've shown great initiative, and it deserves great reward. On that subject, by the way, there is an option available to the 5 of you if you wish to take it, and not wait around the camp. If they have declared war, that means we should be declaring action back. If you want to seek out the locations of some of these camps we've heard word of, these lion camps.
We know where their cave is, right?
You found one camp. They're not caves. The wargs are caves. But you did see one camp of lions. If you want to hunt down these camps and assault them, we will offer you a substantial reward for each one. And he opens up a bag and shows you several dozen sapphire pieces.
The prisoner we brought you, he is not cooperating, or what's going on with that?
This is where I think your judgment is somewhat flawed. Not everything here is friendly. The were-lions believe this to be their land. Something has bent their thought process. And I believe it is the disease that they are afflicted with. Lycanthropy does not leave you in a normal mind. If you want to try to minimize casualties to the lions, then we will respect that. But getting into the camps means eliminating permanently the lycanthropic threat.
Is it a knowledge check to know if he's telling the truth? Are these I have no chance of reasoning with the dude we captured or any of them at all?
Now that you know it's lycanthropy, you can give me a knowledge nature check.
Ooh,
very good. So, knowing that it's lycanthropy, you do know that lycanthropy has a way of, it's not a disease that makes it so you're not who you are, but if it's infected a lot of people who might not have, the natural same kind of rationale, the, education level that some of you guys have been afforded, it might be much easier for them to make certain leaps, I'm part lion, ergo... this is the lion's territory, ergo, this is my territory, so I should defend it from foreign invaders.
And we are aware that he was born into lycanthropy from when we talked to him. Because that was what he told me, essentially, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Does the prisoner still live, or have you executed him?
That is not information that I am allowed to offer to you. I can merely tell you that you are not allowed to speak to the prisoner.
Why, may I ask?
Cassius, you got it on the nose. The prisoner's dead.
You motherfucker. I don't know that, but...
I'll kind of
I
like
do
try
say,
to.
like, why can I not speak with him?
That is not information I can share with you.
He may have information on where these other lions are, but okay.
He had no information of such.
Okay.
All right. So, what do the 5 of you want to do?
Hunt some lion camps, man. Get these sapphire coins.
So first of all, are we huddled up away from Tonelli and everyone?
Tonelli, by the way, gives you a bag of 20 sapphire pieces.
SPs are the one above platinum.
They are 1 above platinum. They are equal to 10 platinum.
20 sapphire pieces. Oh, it's annoying that they abbreviate to the same as silver.
They are SAP.
I see.
Ooh, saps.
Ooh, man, you can just find those laying around. Dude. The economy's all screwed up.
People run around hitting people.
With hundreds of gold pieces worth of bags full of money.
So wait, he gave us this bag full of money for like just coming this far. It wasn't to eliminate the lions, was it? It wasn't like
No, this bag is for what you've managed to accomplish so far.
Okay. Yeah. So. Yeah. If we're alone, I would just voice to the party that I am not comfortable taking part in genociding a race of creatures just because we can't.
Yeah, we'll make sure that
I
Tonelli
mean,
gives
they've declared war on us. If we take down one of their camps, they may relent.
I don't think they work that way, and I really want to speak with that prisoner because perhaps he.
Oh,
he
good
gets
luck.
a-
Do you have communion with dead?
How do you know of his death?
Was it not obvious?
Not to me.
Yeah, he's. Maybe Sphinx can talk to him if we're lucky.
Oh, I guess I know too. Yeah, I'm very quiet then.
Okay.
Is there a table nearby? Because I'm going to smash it. I want to smash something if I.
Actually, with that, yes, Sphinx is able to speak with his ghost, who is in fact trapped here.
Of course it is.
So I'm gonna actually have Sphinx make a check here because it's super relevant.
I'm gonna make sure that we're alone when she's doing this.
Yeah, I assumed we. That was the first.
Well, I mean,
thing
I'm gonna
to
make
say,
sure nobody's like
Yeah.
coming by.
So yeah, Sphinx informs you that there is a exceptionally high likelihood that this thing could turn hostile. It's like she can see like the energy. There's like rage that is kind of flowing around the area where they keep prisoners, and it's becoming like it's manifesting very strongly and very quickly. So it's likely likely not have been very long since they killed this thing, and it has clearly forgotten like where it is supposed to go in death. And in days, it may manifest in a very violent way.
And she's sensing this, or she's seeing this, or
She is seeing this.
okay.
Her eyes kind of glaze over and go into this form where they kind of like seem to exist almost transparently in her head.
Mm.
Does she have anything she can do about it?
Unfortunately, she is not. There's nothing that she can do directly about it. A spirit like this is going to have to be like returned to. Is going to be put to its like. Is going to need to be put to its final death when it finally manifests itself. A spirit with this much rage can't be contained until it is burnt out.
I mean, I think we probably need to let Tonelli know that we know that it's dead and what it's gonna do.
Okay.
I think we have to let her know.
Yeah.
Or him know.
So you guys can inform Tonelli of this.
Wait, what?
What?
I mean, if you got
That's up to you
some
guys.
reason
It's
not
up to you
to,
guys what you want to do.
We could always
I
just tell
absolutely
Tonelli
plan
Hold
that
on.
there's
to
a spirit.
currently
So
not
it's-
let this camp be viciously assaulted by this.
So what
We may
exactly
not-
does Sphinx tell us that the
So
spirit
Sphinx
wants
is,
to do?
is essentially telling you that this is a angry spirit that will
Uh-huh.
manifest itself into a ghost given enough time.
Okay.
We may not need to
How
tell
does that
him-
mean destruction
tell
of the
Tonelli
camp?
that it's the
Well,
spirit of
you're
the-
going to have a ghost that's attacking at night and potentially killing multiple people until somebody can finally take it down.
Can
I mean, at this point, Arius is okay with that. They killed his prisoner. He promised no harm would come to him. So I mean, he's pretty pissed.
Can I ask Sphinx where the spirit seems to be manifesting its energy from right now, or where it is?
She'll gesture over towards the over towards here. Oops, I'm in the wrong thing. Over towards here.
Can I go over there and put a sapphire piece on the ground and step back for a little bit?
Sure. The guards look at you funny, or the guards around that area look at you funny as you do so.
Can you remind me which god it? Because I remember to set
Nothing
Jack
happened.
free. I went to Delanrian, a cleric of Delanrian, but then he pointed me to someone else.
Yeah,
Which god was
he
it?
pointed you to a cleric of Ulaz.
Laws. Okay.
Yeah, this thing worships Lars, as we just found out. Like the lions, they worship Lars.
Right, but the god of like sending spirits to the it's like Laws, right? Like
Ulaz was just Jack's personal god.
oh,
The Landrian
okay,
is the one
misunderstood.
that's all
Yeah,
about that. I
Sphinx asks if you're trying to appease the lion with that sapphire piece.
And when we last lost someone in vengeance, they eventually settled into a trinket of value.
Sphinx explains to make your confusion make sense. The coin was of importance to Jack. It was a memory he had been a memory that he had that was sealed into that coin,
Okay.
and that left a resonant signature for Jack to kind of be stuck to. In this case, this is a little bit different. This is a spirit with nothing to tie itself down.
Okay.
So Jack could only manifest while he was attached to somebody. This spirit will manifest externally, and will wreak some level of havoc until someone puts it down.
Can we remember if he had any possessions he was brought in with that maybe he could connect to if we find
He
him?
did not have any possessions.
He didn't have anything.
No.
Yeah, we took them, right?
Yep.
The board
Yep.
game,
The
the,
party took
alcohol,
them.
all that stuff, yeah.
Well, that means we have it. So can we not?
It was not
try
on him at the time he was slain.
And it was like the whole group. Wait, was it just him or was it?
It
Was
was.
there multiple?
There were multiple there, but he was not slain there. He was slain here.
Yeah.
And when Jack was slain and had the coin in a bag, and you guys took the bag back from Jack.
Yeah.
And so I'm sorry I missed it. So he will not communicate with Sphinx at all. Like he won't say.
The
anything?
spirit will not say anything. The spirit is enraged. It cannot do anything else other than like repeat its hostilities for the towards the military.
Yeah, so we got to let the military know. I'm not having it walking around killing people on my watch.
Sure, but I think we can try and handle this without them destroying his spirit as well. I don't know if this is like a knowledge religion check, or is there like a way I can, like I guess I'm not really religious, but like, is there any way I can attempt to like commune with Lars to like do anything for this? Like, is there anything like maybe Sphinx would know? Like, is there a way we can try and convince him to like do something for him so that he will be at peace or anything like that? Like, is there any check for that? Or
I mean, Sphinx is kind of trying to make it as clear as possible. Like, if a spirit has been killed in a way that is like painful and wronging enough, like essentially, you've kind of got the idea right. You made an agreement with this guy that he was not going to die when he came here, and ultimately he ended up dying here. He ended up being killed.
Right. Well, I guess my question is, does Sphinx know if we tell Tonelli this? Like, are they going to do like some exorcism to like kill his spirit? Like, do we know what they're going to do?
So Sphinx will clarify that like a spirit who is not at rest, that is laid to rest, will find a way home. But the spirit may not end up in its proper home if proper rites aren't done afterwards. So it will end up in the afterlife that the spirits go to be processed. But it will not, like if this was a devout follower of Lars, it will lose out on its ability to do whatever it is Lars things do. Actually, I think she has some ranks in knowledge religion. Let me double check.
I'm pretty sure she does.
Actually, she does not at the moment.
What?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so Arius will just say he agrees with telling the military, but he insists on being...
Does Arius have any ranks in knowledge religion? Does anybody?
I do not.
Okay.
No, unfortunately.
When I level, I've been thinking about like it wouldn't have made sense, but and definitely like knowledge and ability when I level and sort of things. But at the moment, up until my knowledges don't currently reflect where my character is.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just been awkward, but.
But yeah, Arius will say he's okay with telling the military, but he insists. I assume we're telling Tonelli. He insists on being allowed to voice his concerns in that meeting or whatever we do with them.
When you bring it up with Tonelli, Tonelli will explain that he did not have a direct hand in the decision. That unfortunately, like the situation, I'll do this in character. The situation it didn't get put across my desk. I have a mixed opinion about the decision that was made, and I knew you'd be upset if you were informed.
Well, one, you lied, but I guess maybe you were under orders not to tell me, but I gave this creature my word he would not be harmed. I also told you that. And
I need you to calm your temper.
Sure, but lately my word has not meant much, and I'm trying to amend that. So I want to know what your plans are to deal with this enraged spirit. Seeing you are a cleric, I assume.
Yes. We will do what we can to identify things. This is where Sphinx will probably speak up a little bit and mention that he was a follower of Lars. And that if they're going to do battle with him, they should engage it as a one-on-one battle. If they can find someone they think is capable of slaying the spirit, so that it can find its way. Or no, I'm sorry, she doesn't have ranks in knowledge religion, so she'll just mention that it's a follower of Lars, but she doesn't know how to properly send it to the afterlife. So,
can she use her ability to find a ghost that does?
Tonelli can knowledge religion.
Well, she can also try and commune with someone that.
Oh yeah, she does have her conversations that can have happened. Let me see what ghost she could have come up with. Hold on. Because she gets a knowledge religion joke, ghost joke.
Joke.
She gets a knowledge religion ghost on one of these, then it is 2, 3, 4.
Hey, I want to hear this knowledge religion joke now.
What did the cleric of Delandrian say to them?
She does actually get a knowledge religion ghost. What a convenient situation.
How convenient.
Okay, so yeah, she can explain to Tonelli the proper procedure for allowing a ghost of Delandrian, or a ghost of Lars to be laid to rest.
I immediately offered to be the one to fight the ghost, or do battle with it.
So you're going to stay in town for long enough for it to manifest?
We have to wait for it to manifest?
Yes, it does have to manifest first. Because it needs to be in order. So this spirit, Lars is kind of a militaristic order, and they believe in a code of a challenge of authority. If you're believed to be weak, you're eliminated from Lars. So this like code of kind of combat, this challenge of combat allows for you to be put to rest, and so it would be someone would issue a challenge, but that the spirit has to manifest in a way that it can have that final combat, that it's been denied.
Yeah, unless we're like forced to do like the meeting first or whatever, but if we're just chilling in the camp, I would.
That's up to you. Spinks will let you know it will take 2 days before the spirit will manifest as a ghost.
I mean, if the military's allowing me to do it, I will. But if they're
Yeah.
like, you must go to your station.
Well, they said that we can protect the camp for the week.
Yeah, it is up to you.
I mean, I'll look to Mal as I say I want to do it if he's allowing me to or whatever. But...
Yeah, Mal's been very quiet through all this. I would just nod at you. That's fine.
Okay.
All
right, so you're gonna hang out in town in camp for 2 days. I guess 2 nights.
As Tonelli walks away, I just sort of try and get his attention. Can I ask you something, Tonelli?
Certainly.
Do I have to be concerned that every single prisoner I hear here is going to be executed, or just this one? Because at the moment, I don't want to bring another prisoner here ever again.
Can you understand the circumstances that we're dealing with here? You brought a prisoner that you knew was unwilling to cooperate here. You knew he was unwilling to cooperate.
I promised him my word. I promised him under a code, under my word, under my promise that he would be fine. And now he's dead.
And what were we supposed to do with him? We'll just leave him tied up? Forever? What was your solution? This is the problem I have with you sometimes, Maldronicus. You don't offer solutions. You have wild ideas about how simple things are going to be if you just act nicely. Sometimes things are out of your hands, and they're most assuredly out of mine from time to time, and it doesn't make me very happy to have to deal with it. I understand your frustration. I get it. But you knew he was uncooperative when you brought him here. Did you not?
Cooperated enough to let us bring him here.
Did
Can we
he?
hear this,
Because
or
he
are
was
they by
in.
themselves?
You could have heard like that he had an outburst of some sort.
Okay.
But he had to come here in chains. As your prisoner, with an understanding of what it means to be a prisoner.
He was a warrior at bare minimum. They were offended that we executed their kind without any sort of proper warrior's death. Was he at least given that, or was he just put down like a dog?
No, I am sure that mistake was made, which is why we're here now, having a conversation about his ghost. I am not happy with this outcome, Maldronicus. I am not. I do not like the idea that my soldiers do not get the promises they make kept.
Yeah, as I'm sort of talking with him, and just there's like sort of like frost that's just like rippling across my hands as I'm sort of just like it's actually probably electricity because it's like not actually the normal sort of stuff. So I'm definitely very much not myself at the moment. But I to my understanding though, like Tonelli, he seems genuine that it wasn't like he wasn't sort of the one that was. So I think I would understand that I'm sort of misdirecting my aggression at him at the moment, but I am just very frustrated, and I think that would be very apparent to him.
Mm-hmm.
That we were promised a code of ethics, and that code is kind of being called into question right now, as sort of Ari's pointed out too. It was like whether or not this guy was dangerous or not, he had rights, and it feels like he was denied them. And we kind of put him in that situation with our choice to bring him here. If I knew he was just going to get put down like a dog, I would have killed him eye to eye kind of thing.
Tonelli will, noticing your frustration, Tonelli will reach up and put a hand on your shoulder. Listen. I don't advise that you bring anyone else back here unless they are cooperative. Fully cooperative. Otherwise, you're just going to experience more disappointment. Some orders don't come from the chains that you think they do. The council doesn't oversee everything. Sometimes before they get to rule, other authorities get to make decisions. Be careful with who you bring next time. I know you made a deal, and I would want to keep deals. I encourage that deals are important. If we don't keep deals, we end up with this, a war on our hands. And I find it hard to believe that a follower of Lars that happened to die on the same day, or on the day before, you arrive here with news of war. I find it hard to believe that Lars didn't have a hand in them finding their way to you. I think we're about to pay for the mistake we've made.
Not too steep a cost. The war, full-out war would, that's all we've been trying to do here is alleviate war. And then, despite that, it feels like decisions made by those without even consulting us, they just makes you, if we can't trust the leadership, then who can we trust?
The leadership makes the decisions, Mal. Not you. With your silence, Tonelli will, take his hand off your shoulder and walk away.
Yeah, I just look at Arius and I just... well, that was a whole lot of bullshit.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, so Arius just looks super pissed off and angry as well. But yeah.
I think Arius and I are about to chain Shocking Grasp a tree to death.
All right. I think this is where we are going to wrap up, though. It's a very fun session. I got to actually injure party members instead of have you guys just dodge everything. I got to mildly piss you off in another way by telling you that your prisoner died.
And Cassius got to be shocked that Mal and Arius expected anything less.
Yeah, I was about to start planning my dog release scheme 2.0 to get him out. And you fucking kill him.
I know, right? Oh, there's more to it if you guys want to investigate it in a different way.
Maybe.
Oh, I'm sure there is.
Mal is intelligent, he's not wise. He follows a formula of E equals MC squared, but when E equals MC squared isn't true, he doesn't know that. Yeah.
All right. So in terms of XP, everybody take 2,480. I believe John and Arius, you both participated in the recap.
John and Arius are the same person.
I'm
but
sorry.
Can I get double experience?
Mal and Arius.
That's 100. Or...
That is 100. And then everybody take an additional 300 XP for role playing. And then did I give you the big experience number yet?
2,480.
Yep. Okay.
Perfect. I was just about to ask about that. I put the number down in the wrong column, and then I was like, oh shit, how did I end up 48,000 experience? That's not right.
I need to make sure I put that on Spinksara's sheet.
Want me to roll my hit dice for fucking leveling?
Fuck you. Yes.
So this is a bit different. It's the first time I'm ever doing it. So I want to take a level in Dragon Disciple.
Yep.
So that hit dice is a D12.
Yep.
So I can't just click my hit.
You're going to go over to your configuration. You're going to, under 2, you're going to type in what it is for your hit dice.
Got that there.
And then you can click on where it says HD.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Oh, no, I thought that re-rolled it when you did that. Oh, that's fucking annoying.
So when I click hit points, I think it just rolls my level 1 probably.
Well, give it a try. We'll see.
Yeah. D6. Yeah, I ran with the D6.
Okay. Yeah, then just roll a D12.
You're talking about your hit points for...
I have a con mod. Oh!
Sweet!
The fates have chosen. And yeah, like I guess this kind of really works with the way you ended the session. Like I think I want to RP like the next 2 nights waiting for this fight to happen to like commune with try to like just commune with what's the guy you said, Lars?
Lars.
Yeah, Lars. I doubt I'd receive a response because it sounds like Lars is pissed off at us. But I would be communing with it and also like just like communing with myself on just like what has led to this point. Like, am I actually improving myself? And like I would just like reflect on my inner where my abilities come from, and like obviously like the draconic heritage that I'm like learning about, and like my next level obviously is where I'm taking this Dragon Disciples, like what that manifests into, I guess.
Okay. Cool. Is anybody else at the edge of leveling?
I'm also taking Dragon Disciple.
No.
Hey.
That's a good question.
I was supposed to level 2 weeks ago, and I still need to. I was too sick earlier to do it. But I'll be level next session, hopefully.
I'm still like 10k off or something like that.
Okay. Very, very interesting session. You are at 31 something, Michelle. 31,290.
Wait a minute. Maybe I did my math wrong.
I might have fucked my math up. I didn't think I was this far behind.
So I have
I thought I was
36,
I thought I was
130.
close to Spinks, but I didn't think I was 7,000 behind Arius.
I mean, that would be about right. Arius had an auto level that happened.
Oh yeah, I got the amulet.
When how much experience did we gain this session?
But he
2480.
But he was a level behind when he started, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
I don't know. This is why I hate like the manual tracking XP. It's like it's so confusing.
Well, also, I mean, Mel de-leveled at that one point.
Well, I never de-leveled.
I de-leveled, but then I got the amulet back, so I got the experience
Okay.
back.
I'm at 26. 525. Okay.
I'm looking at the GP table. Whoops. That's not right. All right. Well, we're gonna wrap up the session anyway. I can go over experience stuff later. Good night, everybody. Thank you all for watching.
Great session.
I agree.